So this circuit that we see here is the passive infrared circuit. So for forming the circuit, all you would need is a breadboard, an LED, 25 volt battery, a PIR sensor which is over there, this one, then an Arduino Uno board, and the connecting wire that connects the Arduino to our laptop, and different jumper cables. So here in this circuit, what happens is when the PIR sensor detects any kind of motion, which works on the principle of changing IR radiation, which is emitted from the human body, we are going to get a signal which is produced as the sound and the light that we see here. So we are connecting the various wires and cables in the Arduino board. So the LED pin, that is the 13th pin, is connected to the LED light and the buzzer, which is the red color wire over here, which goes to the 13th pin, that is over here. 13th one. And the input pin is pin number 8, which is the green color wire, which gives the data, which is also called as the data pin, that gives the information regarding the motion of an object from the PIR sensor. In case there is no object movement, the input is going to be 0 in the green pin, and in case the object is moving, it is going to be high in the green pin. Then we are also grounding the terminals accordingly. And this wire, the yellow color wire, is the plus 5 volt VCC power supply that we are connecting. It is all mentioned in the Arduino board. And the blue color wire and the black color wire, both are neutral wires for the PIR sensor as well as the LED light respectively. So when a movement is detected by the PIR sensor, immediately the output is triggered, and that is why we are seeing the light of the LED and the buzzer sound from the PIR sensor. So the passive infrared sensor is actually detecting the movement of objects that would emit IR radiation that generally comes because of heat. Human body also emits IR radiation because we emit heat. We are warm-blooded animals, right? So this PIR sensor detects that and predicts if there is a movement or not. So it can be used in burglar alarms and other places where the movement of people should be monitored in case any form of movement is taking place or not. For that, PIR sensor can be used. It can detect movement up to a distance of 6 meters.
So now I'm going to be explaining about the code that we are using for running this project. Yep. So as we can see, we are setting the LED pin to be 13, which is the output pin of this particular project. So in the LED pin 13 only of the Arduino board, we are connecting the red wire, which would be connected to the positive of the LED and the positive of the buzzer, or pretty much where the LED and the buzzer, the output is getting connected, and input pin is going to be 8, which is going to be exactly the pin, that is the green wire, which is the data wire from the PIR sensor from which we are collecting the data. PIR state, initially we are assuming the PIR sensor to be in off state or in the low state, and value we are setting it to 0. So value is the data, or the value that is used for reading the data from the I'm sorry, it's the value that is used for storing the data that is read from the input pin, that is the input pin over here. This value is for saving whether the person is there or not, whether some kind of movement is there or not from the PIR sensor. That is what this value is going to read. Initially we are setting it to 0. Void setup, we are setting up the Arduino board. And pin mode, we are setting the different modes for the different pins over here. LED pin, as I already mentioned in number 13, is going to be the output, because there it's going to work as the actuator, where we are going to get the output response from that. We are just initializing there. Then pin mode of input pin, we are setting it to inputs. That is the data pin of the PIR sensor. We are setting it to input, meaning that it is going to be the sensor, and we are going to collect the data from the input pin. Serial dot begin 9600. We are actually setting the port rate to 9600, and the serial function will help us to debug the application. Just to debug the application, we are adding the serial function dot begin to start it. So void loop, this loop is going to run continuously without an end. And value, as I already mentioned, is the digital read of the input pin, value read it from the input pin. In case if the value is going to be high, digital write of LED pin high. In case if the value is going to render as high, the digital write pin is going to turn the LED pin on. That is, the circuit is going to get completed, and the LED is going to get turned on. And serial dot print line motion detected. This will be written over here in the serial monitor. In case a motion is detected, can you see motion detected, motion ended? There is a change. Yep. This is a serial monitor which you can find over here in the top. Do you remember we said the pin PIR state to low? So the one important thing that we have to understand is that the PIR sensor does not detect the presence of an object that is emitting IR radiation. It detects the movement of an object like emitting IR radiation. That is an important thing. So first we have set the value to high, right? So if the PIR state is low, that is the object is initially is in the low state, and now the value of the pin, that is the data pin, is going to be high. That means there is a change, right? From low to high, there is a change. In that case, we are writing serial dot print line motion detector, and we are setting the PIR state to high, so that after this there won't be any, there's only one particular pulse. Do you notice, like when there is a motion continuously, if there is a motion also, it won't come. It is going from low to high, therefore the PIR state is set to high then, and the print line motion is detected. Or else, in case or else if this does not happen, in case the value read by the digital read is going to be low, the LED is also set to the low value. And if PIR state was actually high, that is the reading of the PIR sensor is going from high to low, then also a motion is detected. And it is written as motion as ended, as it is going from high value to low value. So it is assuming that the person left the place. So, like here we can see the circuit diagram that I was talking about. The data pin is connected to 8. This one is 8. That is this wire, and this wire, the red wire, is connected to 5-volt VCC power supply, and the black wire is connected to the ground. So we have not mentioned the input. It would come over here actually into this particular point, the 13th point. You have to connect the input terminal, and the black wire from the input, that is the ground, should be connected over here to this ground. That's all. That is the circuit diagram. It's simple. Thank you for watching this video.